Hi everyone, welcome back to another Math 9 lesson. Today we are looking at the second half of 2.1, which is commission and piecework. We talked a little bit about this last day, but there's three main types. Number one is straight commission, a percentage of the total sales made for a certain period of time. I believe we already talked about this in our last lesson. Number two, the second type is graduated commission, where a percentage of the sales earned increases as sales volume increases for a certain period of time. And number three is salary plus commission. That's a minimum salary plus a commission after a minimum level of sales are reached. So these are basically the three main types of commission that you could see coming up. So let's dive into an example of what this would look like. First example, Saya's commission rate in an electronic store is 7%. She received a commission of $500 for her sales. How much must she have sold in order to earn this commission? Okay, we've talked about this before, but I'll revisit it again. If her commission rate is 7%, we like to change that into a decimal. So remember, percent means out of 100. So this is like saying 7 out of 100, which would be the same thing as taking this imaginary decimal here and moving it over 2 spots. So it's like 0.07. So there's our first step. Convert the percentage into a decimal so that we can use it in our formula. So it says she received a commission of $500. So this is her total commission that she earned. How much must she have sold? How much must she have sold? We don't know that, so I'm going to call it X. So in order to make sense of this, whatever amount she sold, we must multiply that by the commission rate, which is 7%. So we can set this up to say 0.07. So the commission rate times the amount she must have sold. We don't know that, so we're calling it X. And that would equal the $500 in commission that she earned, like this. So there's the first step, maybe that's the second step, is coming up with the equation. And then you'll hear me saying this often. Algebra is all about opposites. So if we have 0.07 times X here, and we want to get X by itself because that's what we're trying to figure out in this question, we would do the opposite of what's going on here, which is dividing both sides by 0.07. Divide this by 0.07 because an equation is like a scale. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side to keep them balanced. And the whole reason we do this is because this just becomes 1 times X, which leaves us with X on the left side. And when we divide these out, 500 divided by 0.07, we get $7,142.86. I chose to round to 2 decimal places because we are dealing with money. The answer I actually got was 7142.857. So because after the 5 I had a 7, I know to round up to 0.86, just to give you a quick recap on how to round things appropriately. So we put this in a sentence because we want to show that we've understood what we just calculated. Saya must have sold $7,142.86 worth in order to get $500 of commission. So there's the first one. Moving on to another example. If I were you, I would pause at this point and try this on your own. And then you can hit play when you are ready for the solution, or we can go through this together. So Damon makes a base monthly salary of $1,500. I'm going to write that down here, $1,500. As a vendor, he must sell $19,000 worth of items per month. He also makes a 6% commission on all sales beyond the monthly quota. If Damon sold $26,600 worth of items this month. What are his total earnings for the month, including base salary and commission to the nearest dollar? Okay, this is a lot of stuff going on. So, read through it, make sure you understand what information is given to you and what we are trying to find. So, it says, what are his total earnings? This is what we're looking for. What are his total earnings for the month, including base salary and commission? Okay, let's work our way through this information. So, it says, if Damon sold $26,600 worth of items this month, so I'm going to write that here, 26,000, well actually I'm going to do it in this color, $26,600 worth, so I'm going to check that off. It says he must sell $19,000 worth of items per month. He makes a 6% commission on all sales beyond the monthly quota. So if his monthly quota is $19,000, we want to subtract this away from the total amount that he sold. Does that make sense to everybody? Read it over again, hit pause if you need to. But basically, if he sold a total of $26,600, I want to subtract away the minimum amount that he's required to sell. And that's going to help us to figure out what's happening here. So when we do subtract those values, we get $7,600 left over. That's the amount that he's going to get commission for. And to remind you, the commission here was 6%. We already went through this. Percent means out of 100, so 6% would mean I multiply this amount by 0.06. So I'm getting that from this, which would be 6 over 100, which is the same thing as 0.06. So I hope that that calculation is making sense to you and is clear. And so when we do this calculation, when I multiply these out, and again, just a reminder, you can use a calculator to do this to make it quicker so that you can focus on the actual skill and not so much on the number crunching. We get $456. $456. Okay, so just a reminder that he also got a base salary of $1,500. So basically, this is the commission he earned. So I'm going to add that to my base salary, so 456. So the total after doing this calculation would be, well, we don't even need our calculator. We can just do this in our head, $1,956. What are his total earnings for the month? So his total earnings for the month, so Damon's total earnings are $1,956. It's said to the nearest dollar, so that's what we've done. We've rounded it to a whole number. Okay, so the next topic is piecework. Piecework is when a worker is paid a fixed piece rate for each unit produced. So basically, as much as you make, that's what you get paid for. There's no base salary or anything else. So let's take a look at an example of what that might look like. Hello Tello manufactures customized cellular phones and pays its staff piece rate of $1.50 for each phone completed. The employee, Justin, completes 500 phones in a standard 40-hour work week. Calculate his pay for the week and per hour. Okay, so $1.50 for each phone completed. We were told that Justin completed 500 phones. Part A, let's do 500 phones times $1.50 per phone. So when you punch that into your calculator, or you can do that in your head, 500 times 1.5, $750 per week. There's our first step. So that's all good. In a standard 40-hour work week, there we go. Part B, Calculate as pay for the week and per hour. Okay, so if I just calculated the $7.50 per week, $7.50 per week is 40 hours in the work week, we were told here. So divide that by 40 hours, and on your calculator, when you punch that in, we get $18.75 per hour. So that is it. We just look through, read the information, and make sense of what information we're given. Okay, your assignment is page 56, numbers 7 to 12 all, and numbers 19 to 24. There's your work. I hope you found that to be helpful.